Hi, my name is Cynthia Connolly, and I'm the Education Outreach Manager at the New Mexico Bureau of Geology and Mineral Resources in Socorro, New Mexico. We're a research and service division of New Mexico Tech. And I'd like to invite you to make an angular unconformity sandwich today, and I'll show you how. But first, before we start doing that, let me go ahead and talk about what an unconformity is and talk about what an angular unconformity is. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, so here we have a lovely angular unconformity that you'll find in close to Clayton, New Mexico. And here's our sandwich that you can make on your own. We made it earlier, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to know about unconformities is a little bit about the geology that makes up an unconformity. So the law of superposition states that basically older sedimentary rocks are laid down first and are found at the base of a formation, and younger sedimentary rocks form later and are found on top. Okay, basically an unconformity represents breaks in the rock record or missing time. And in unconformity, some of these older underlying rocks are missing. So there's three different types of unconformity. There's a disconformity, there's a nonconformity, and there's an angular unconformity. Okay, so as far as a disconformity goes, these are the most common. They're composed of sedimentary layers that have become rock. And some of these older sedimentary rock layers are missing due to erosion, or basically things aren't deposited on top. These can be difficult to visualize unless you happen to have access to radiometric dating, or there's index fossils in the strata. So index fossils happen to be any animal or plant that are preserved in the rock record that are characteristic of a particular span of geologic time or an environment. So in a nonconformity, the erosional surface is uplifted, and it's an igneous or metamorphic rock that's later buried by a sedimentary rock. So a great example of this happens to be found over by Albuquerque in the Sandia Mountains. It's called the Great Unconformity, and here's a picture of it. It's visible from La Luz Trail, and it's a whopping 1.1 billion years of time that's completely missing as far as geology goes. And so since that happens to be a quarter of the time that Earth has actually been a planet, that's pretty impressive. So the last type of unconformity is an angular unconformity, and this occurs when layers of a deposited sedimentary rock are uplifted, they're tilted, and then they're weathered along the upper portion, okay? And so in all these unconformities, the eroded strata, that all represents geologic time that's gone, okay? So, and if you can see that at the top of this particular picture, there's strata that there's sedimentary layers on top of the eroded, uplifted portion. And this is San Lorenzo Canyon, which is pretty close to Socorro. It's over by Limitar, New Mexico, something like 15 miles away from Socorro, New Mexico. Okay, so when you want to make your unconformity sandwich, what you'll need some food service gloves. You'll need a picture of an angular unconformity, which you can find here on this video, of course, or you can go ahead and take a look at our website, and I'll give you that information here in a little while. You'll need some parchment paper that can be used for cutting your vegetables and such, meats and things like that, cheeses. It also can be used as a sandwich surface, a wrap for eating your sandwich, a 12-inch submarine sandwich roll for a group of 4 people. And so basically, if you use like a hoagie roll, that doesn't work as well. We found that out because it's not stiff enough. You'll need various meats, cheeses, and vegetables, some condiments of your choice. But I would suggest passing those out after you actually made the sandwich, and using modest amounts. And don't apply it before you actually create the sandwich in the unconformity, the angular unconformity. You'll need 1 knife per group and napkins because this can be a little messy. We found that out. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your place your 12-inch submarine roll on the piece of parchment paper. You're going to cut your submarine roll in half, you know, where the sandwich would go, the meats and stuff like that. If you need to, sometimes they're bought pre-cut. You will construct your sandwich using your three-quarters of your available food that you have to use. And you'll leave a quarter of that to put on top. And then you'll push the ends of the sandwich together and kind of make a little mountain, sort of, as you can see, my daughter Maddie has done that in the picture there. And pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to, once you have that peak there, like she has, you're going to cut the top of it off. You're going to cut the little mountain that you've made, just about 1 inch of it off the top. And but once you do that, you'll cut the sandwich in half, and place the remaining layers of cheese and meat on top of that. And then you can describe your construction and enjoy your meal. And as you can see, here she is working on the product there, the sandwich, and here's the finished angular unconformity. And so if you'd like more information about this particular little activity, you can go ahead and take a look at our website. You'll find materials, the procedure, teacher questions, and the answers there. Just go to GeoInfo, and where you would look is Light Geology 46. So Light Geology is a teacher publication that's used to educate teachers about geology. And it has a range of different activities and topics that you can peruse through. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Bon appetit.